Efren Ormaza in car 1. That's the SRF.
Then we go to Delaney Calhoun in a Mazda Miata. Dave Asher in a Crossley 30. Oh, we're green. Let's go green here.
Final race of the day. Actually, we got one more race to go, I'm told. Have another IGT race.
Wait. How is Steve Yarborough out there? Both of his cars are out there.
Split personality?
Maybe. I don't know who's driving the other one. So Steve Yarborough is in the Devon. Dave Asher's in the 32F. Okay. I think that's his mechanic. Efren Ormaza out front in that spec racer. And look at that Winkleman there. That's James Steer. I've always really liked the Winklemans. Mazza. Still second place in that Group 5. Spec Racer Ford. He's coming around to get the Zapata guys. Zapata Racing out of Nashville, Tennessee. Ooh, and Mark Craig is catching up to David Bearden just a little bit. So, small world. David Bearden's daughter moved in across the street from us, and my son Levi and his grandson Josh became friends before we put the connection together.
Huh.
I said something like, oh, I'm going to some race, and she goes, oh, my dad does that. And we had been together, like hanging out together for several months at that time. So I thought that was pretty funny.
That's great.
Look at this, though. Mark Craig coming up right behind Bearden. We might have a lead change in Zapata. So it looks like Mark Craig is a little bit better in the braking zones, and then that Alfa Romeo is able to pull the Spitfire just a little bit. David Bearden, that's the Alfa Romeo Duettos.
WDF 1. Or Mazda for second.
If you would have told me I have a favorite car of the weekend here,
F, 1977, 1990 Mazda Miata. Belongs to Delaney Calhoun, car 28. 53 is Brian Scheibel, who was just in the Cube 3 Architecture TA2 race in the 2017 Volkswagen Beetle. David Bearden is in car 67, a 67 Alfa Romeo Duetto. 1970. Oh, here we go. Green flag is out as Ben Sissel joins me in the booth. Ben, here we go. And it looks like the Winkleman's going right to the front.
Not a huge surprise there. Efren Ormaza in second in that Spec Racer Ford. Gave him a pretty good battle yesterday. I'm sorry I'm late, but we were doing the Cube 3 Architecture TA2 Series podium. And then we have both the Yarborough's cars. And look at this. The Zapata guys are neck and neck with each other. This is my favorite group. We've got 3 Nashville area drivers right here with the Alfa Romeo. Who's in that Allison car? It looks like it's Dave Asher. No?
And of course, Clifford.
Delaney Calhoun.
Clifford Allison, Davey's brother.
Fun Cup car, Volkswagen. Tube frame, center seat, Volkswagen Beetle. With a big wing.
If he didn't want to do it, all he had to do was say, you know,
Well, I told him it was your favorite car of the weekend, so we could have had our first Ralph Shaheen in-car commentary.
I would have done that.
Yeah. Delaney Calhoun is in your Allison car, the Miata.
There you go.
So Michael Levesque had to start from the back. You remember he had a mechanical yesterday, never made the start of the race. So on the out lap. So he's moving through the field in that Tennessee orange. I know.
They're pretty small in there anyway.
Roger Williams in that black and gold. Looks like the Hertz K Mustangs kind of.
Yeah.
He is a auto shop teacher, and he teaches kids how to work on these. So Jackson Williams is in that Joker-looking Sprigget. And then that's Efren Ormaza in that Group 5. Blue really stands out, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Great looking car. What he's doing right there is that's really good heads-up driving by Bearden. Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah.
He's telling the faster car where he wants him to pass him. He's like, I expect you to pass me on my left. Do it now. And that way he doesn't have to, like, change his line or do anything, but also Efren Ormaza doesn't have to guess where if he sees
car and show it off, because a lot of times that's what some of the bigger vintage events are. It's not just about filling a field, but filling a field with the right vehicle.
Got, the VSCCA up in the Northeast, so there's all kinds of places, VARA and FARA to run this SVRA HSR. You will find a great track, a great event to come and run your car. There's just a certain parameters to set it up. But the first step I would do is to come to some of these events and talk to as many people as you can, instead of maybe just finding a car that you like on Bring a Trailer and it might not fit any categories or something.
Well, and I can pretty much assure you that almost every car in a vintage paddock is for sale. It might not have a for sale sign on it, but every owner is always looking to maybe move into something else or do something different after they've raced this particular car for a while. So you never know what you might end up going home with.
That is true. Yep.
Yeah. This one's going to come to an end. Here we go. Steering a Mazda. Finished 1 and 2 just like they did yesterday.
He doesn't like cancer either. We had Noah Harmon get on the podium from the drone. And there's our results. First place, James Steer. Second, Efren Ormaza. Third, John Nash. Steve.